Hi, everyone, and welcome to Easy English Learning with Maria and Ash, the podcast where we help you learn English through real, everyday conversations. We know learning a new language can be challenging, but don't worry, we'll take it step by step.
Each day, we'll chat about interesting topics, break down useful vocabulary, and even play some games.
Absolutely, and remember, mistakes are totally okay. We all make them.
The important thing is to keep practicing.
So, whether you're a beginner or more advanced, this podcast is for you.
So get comfortable. Grab a cup of coffee or tea and let's get started.
Before we dive in, we'd love to hear from you. Leave us a comment or send us a message about what you'd like to learn. Now let's get started.
All right, Maria, since this is our first episode, let's kick things off by getting to know each other properly. Tell us about where you're from, your background, and how you started learning English.
Okay. Well, I was born and raised in São Paulo, Brazil, a huge, busy city full of life. Portuguese is my first language, but I've always been obsessed with English. When I was a kid, I'd listen to Backstreet Boys and Spice Girls on repeat, trying to sing along even though I had no idea what I Want It That Way meant.
Classic. I love that. So was music your first exposure to English?
Yes! And then I discovered TV shows. I'd watch Friends with Portuguese subtitles and pause to write down phrases like, "How you doing?" and "We were on a break," even though I had no idea when to use them. Once I told my teacher, "I'm fine, thank you, and you?" Just like Joey. She laughed so hard. I will never forget that day.
That's amazing. I can totally picture it. You know, I had a similar experience learning Spanish. I memorized lines from El Chavo del Eight and accidentally called my friend, "Es que no me tienes paciencia. You don't have patience for me." During an argument, she was so confused.
Okay, that's even better. But seriously, those awkward moments are how we learn, right? Like the first time I tried to say sheet, but accidentally said another S word.
No way. Did people notice?
Oh yeah, my face was so red. But my friend just laughed and said, "It's okay, Maria. Just say sheet like beach with an SH." That's when I realized pronunciation is everything. Totally, which reminds me. What other English words tripped you up?
Oh my gosh, squirrel. I still struggle. In Portuguese, we say esquilo, so my brain wants to say squirrely. And comfortable, I used to say comfortable. Until someone corrected me, it's comfortable, Maria, like comfy.
For me in Spanish, it was ferrocarril, railroad. I'd say ferrocarril and get blank stares. But you know what helped? Breaking words into parts. Like comfortable, comf pluster plubly. Try it.
Ooh, that's smart. Listeners, try that with us. Comfortable. See magic. Now, let's talk about accents. Maria, your English is flawless. Did you work on your accent, or was it natural?
Aw, thanks. I definitely practiced. At first, I had a strong Brazilian accent. Like saying cheese with a sh sound, cheese. My friend recorded me and said, "Maria, you sound like you're whispering secrets about cheese." So I started mimicking YouTubers. Emma Watson was my go-to because she speaks so clearly.
That's genius. I tell my students to do that too. Find a celebrity whose voice they like and copy them. Like if you love Tom Hanks, watch his interviews and repeat his pauses and intonation.
Yes, and don't be afraid to sound silly. I'd practice in the shower like, "You've got mail," in a deep voice. My roommate thought I was crazy.
Okay, rapid fire round. What's your number one tip for beginners?
Start with survival phrases. Things you'll actually use. Like, "How much is this?" Or, "Can you help me?" Otherwise, you'll end up like me asking for the beef of a chicken at KFC.
Don't fear mistakes. Once I tried to say embarrassed in Spanish and said embarazada, which means pregnant. The waiter looked horrified when I said, "I'm so pregnant right now."
Stop! That's the best story ever. Listeners, your turn. Tell us your funniest language mistake in the comments.
Before we move on, let's recap quick tips from this segment.
Use media you love, music, shows, to learn naturally. Break tricky words into parts. Just like the word comfortable.
Shadow native speakers, copy their rhythm and tone. Embrace mistakes, they make the best stories.
And remember, we're all learning. Even Ash still says supposedly sometimes.
Hey, okay, it's true. All right, let's dive into vocabulary.
Now let's dive into some useful phrases. From our conversation. Ash, remember when you said, forcing myself to speak? That's a great phrase for learners.
Yes, force yourself means pushing yourself to do something difficult. For example, I forced myself to wake up early. Or, she forced herself to try new foods.
Another one was shadowing. Ash explained it as repeating sentences like an echo. You can say, I'm shadowing native speakers to improve my accent. Let's pick a few more. How about cringe? Maria said recording herself was cringe. That means embarrassing or awkward in a funny way. Exactly, like, my old photos are so cringe. Now let's practice these in sentences. Repeat after us. I force myself to practice English every day. I force myself to practice English every day. I force myself to practice English every day. Perfect, now try this. Yesterday, I forced myself to finish the sentence with something true for you.
Love that. Another phrase from earlier was shadowing. Maria, how would you explain that again?
Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker and immediately repeat what they say, like an echo. For example, if I say, I'm going to the store, you'd repeat, I'm going to the store, right after me copying my pronunciation.
Exactly, let's practice. Listeners, repeat after Maria.
The weather is beautiful today. The weather is beautiful today.
I need to buy some groceries. I need to buy some groceries.
Awesome. Now try shadowing this conversation snippet. What are your plans for the weekend? What are your plans for the weekend? I might go hiking if the weather's nice. I might go hiking if the weather's nice.
Oh, nice. Where were you thinking of going?
Oh, nice. Where were you thinking of going?
Oh, nice. Where were you thinking of going?
Maybe Bear Mountain? I heard the entrails are gorgeous this time of year. Maybe Bear Mountain? I heard the entrails are gorgeous this time of year. Maybe Bear Mountain? I heard the entrails are gorgeous this time of year. Sounds awesome. You going alone or with friends? Sounds awesome. You going alone or with friends? Sounds awesome. You going alone or with friends? My friend Jake might tag along if he's not swamped with work. My friend Jake might tag along if he's not swamped with work. My friend Jake might tag along if he's not swamped with work. Hope the weather holds up. The forecast said scattered here showers. Hope the weather holds up. The forecast said scattered art showers. Hope the weather holds up. The forecast said scattered Hummer showers. Wow, Ash, I can't believe we've already been chatting for 15 minutes. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap of what we covered today.
Great idea. Today you learned 1 real-life intro phrases like forcing myself and shadowing.
2 funny pronunciation fixes, comfortable. Com after bull, not comfortable.
S3 embarrassing stories to remind you everyone makes mistakes.
And most importantly, you practice shadowing with us.
Remember, the key is to repeat phrases out loud like we did. Even 5 minutes daily makes a huge difference.
Now we'd love to hear from you. Comment below. Which phrase was hardest to pronounce?
What's your funniest language mistake? We'll reply to as many as we can.
And if you found this helpful, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss next week's episode. We'll tackle listening comprehension through TV shows and music.
Remember, English isn't about perfection. It's about connection. Keep practicing, stay curious.
And don't forget to laugh at yourself. Bye for now. See you next time.